A lot of people have questions about our rooftop tent and what that looks like, so I'm going to attempt to hold this phone and climb up in there and show what it looks like without busting my ass, which, as we all know, I'm very prone to do. So this is obviously from the outside. Got a little welcome mat action, stair that goes up into the opening. Let's climb up that and see what happens. This is just inside the main flap of the tent. If we pan around, there's windows on both sides that have fabric covering, netting, or then you can just open them up to complete fresh air. You can see the size of the footprint is about equivalent of a king size mattress, which is good. You got your pistons, hydraulic pistons that keep the top open. And then we have a second window with a mini rainfly here. This is the view from laying down in the tent. As you can see, I'm 5'11". I've got about 1.5 feet of space past my feet. This is the angle from the headboard side of the tent. You can see it's pretty spacious, which is why we bought it compared to our last tent. The last tent went up in 2 to 3 minutes. This one takes a little longer, probably somewhere between 6 and 9. But in actuality, probably about 5 or 6 minutes. The mattress itself is memory foam gel, which is surprisingly comfortable for just on top of the flooring, which is really good and helps hold in the heat as well. One other cool feature, it has these little bags that hang from the side. So like for instance, this one's designed to put shoes into. So if you don't want to take your dirty or muddy shoes into the tent, you can put them in these bags. The flaps Velcro, and then when they're in use, you can also roll them up. This one's more for accessories. Right now, Marisa has a flashlight in it, but any other items that you would want to hang from the outside that you don't want to take into the tent itself. It's kind of windy right now, so it's flapping around, but you get the gist. They just hook right into a little track system underneath the frame of the tent, so it's pretty handy to have those as well. And we have the trailer itself. As you can see, there's a leveling brace on the back that keeps it balanced. Obviously, we have the wheels chalked as well. Got the little Jeep logo tailgate on the back, which is actually metal, folds down. The tub itself is all fiberglass. It's color matched to the Jeep. Right now I have these garage tile floor tiles in here, and underneath I had actually relined the wood floor that's under there, and then this just latches back together. From the side you can see I put on wheels and tires that match my Jeep, just because I wanted them that way. They don't really add any value other than if I need a spare. If I blow a tire on the trailer, I can switch off the spare off the Jeep and use that as well. Backing up, you can see the back side of the tent with the hard top. It does have storage where you can tie down some items. Don't really use that so far myself. I have enough room in the trailer, between the trailer and the Jeep, to not have to worry about it. Here in the front corner, there's a marine battery, which powers the lighting for the trailer and also all the auxiliary charging points. You can see here, there's switches for the lighting here, and then a 12-volt power plug-in here. I can't really show you the lights very well until it's dark, but on each corner underneath the trailer, there's amber lighting, and then underneath the frame of the trailer itself, there's bright white LED lighting as well. In the front, there are custom-made brackets for jerry cans. We currently use those for water versus gasoline. And then you have a military-style toolbox or gearbox mounted onto this frame. The rack on the trailer itself folds up, which is I can't really do right now with the tent open. I could, it's just not advisable. Probably cause a lot of problems. There's latches on the front and the back to keep it held down when you're on the road, or if you just don't want people getting in there. And then here in the back is a little more of the electrical. You can see there's a voltage meter there, a couple more 12-volt plugs that you can utilize as well, whether you want to run an inverter to those, a converter to a USB. There's also an additional light here, an amber light. You can see the light bulb right here. And this button here turns the power off and on to these auxiliary plugs. One other thing the trailer has, which I haven't used, is it has 2 different size solar panels, one fairly large one fairly small one. I haven't found the need to use those as of yet. The marine battery itself has worked out pretty well, so sticking to that, and maybe one day when we take a longer trip we can test those out. And then here you can see the Jeep action. Just kind of backed it in semi-close. You can see the matching paint job. On this trip we decided to put our bathroom closer to the tent, so that Maurice in the middle of the night when she climbs down this ladder doesn't have far to go, versus going all the way down to the campsite itself. Tripping and falling runs a lot in my family, even though that's mostly, let's face it, it's 100% me, but I don't want her busting her ass in the middle of the night. So thankfully she can just climb down the ladder, walk around the Jeep, take a few steps, and then she can go ahead and relieve herself